Hi, this is Travis Czap for ComicsVerse here at New York Comic Con Special Edition 2015. I'm here with Russ Braun, one of the legendary artists on Fables and on Fairest, and you've worked with a number of DC titles as well. So could you tell us a little bit about your experience on Fairest and Fables and the difference between illustrating fantasy versus illustrating superhero?
Oh, sure. Well, I worked for Vertigo from way back when they started out, so I had a relationship with a lot of different editors. And when I left comics, went to Disney, came back from Disney, and then looked in on Vertigo to see what they were working on. It turned out that Fables had started, and I'd heard about it, and I really loved the story. The story is brilliant and a lot of fun. And so they had an opportunity to have someone work on Jack of Fables. They needed someone to help. I needed work. I was looking around. It was just perfect timing. So I did some sketches of Jack, some sketches of Snow White, and then I ended up working on the book. And ended up with Jack for like really 3 or 4 years of here and there. I would do story arcs, and became part of what they call the Fables family. What I call it too. It's just a really nice group of people to work with. Really creative ideas, and a chance to draw almost anything, and also be a little bit more fanciful with stuff. It didn't have to be dark and gritty and heavy. I always end up seeming to work on mature readers' projects. So, and Fables is as well. But the difference between doing Jack of Fables and then going on to draw the boys was like night and day. The boys very gritty and dark, and really dark humor and brilliant stuff. And then after the boys, coming back to work on some Fables and Jack of Fables was like again like another window had been opened into light again, and so it's fun to go back and forth. I like to do all kinds of different stuff though, and the only thing I haven't done much of is actual like real superheroes. So except early on Batman, but now I do more realistic stuff or more horror fantasy type stuff. So
speaking of horror fantasy, could you tell us a little bit about your title, Where Monsters Dwell?
Sure, that's the newest one from Marvel, and Garth Ennis writing again. And it's a real, just straight up fun adventure story, real pulp, a pulp fiction kind of, pulp era, not pulp fiction, but story. And the main character is called Carl Kaufman, the Phantom Eagle, and it's a character from 1968, Marvel character. It was a World War I superhero, and Garth had done a mini-series of him with Howard Chaykin, I guess like maybe 6 years ago. And it relates into this one, but the character's the same, and he's just a bit of a cad. He's come out of World War I, so we're now in the mid-20s, and he's kind of like a raconteur, bit of a smuggler, bit of a I don't want to use bad language, but he's a jerk, and he comes across a character named Clementine, and she's playing the innocent. She looks like she wants just like a ride, and he looks like he's gonna fleece her out of whatever kind of money she has. And they take off in the biplane and end up flying through a storm into the land of dinosaurs. So it's basically a chance for me to draw all kinds of stuff that I love to draw, fun stuff, a lot of character acting and humor, and monsters and dinosaurs and biplanes. And the next issue we'll get to T-Rex and Megalodon and all kinds of great fun stuff to draw. So it's really like perfect, beautiful scripts, and a chance for me to have the most fun I've had in comics in years.
Awesome. So could you tell us a little bit about like what are some of the challenges? You have such a varied career, and you're drawing so many different characters, and now you're working on dinosaurs and stuff. That for me sounds a bit overwhelming.
It is, but also if you have a chance to do a little research ahead, that's great. And I did. I had time to. I went to the Museum of Natural History, and which I wanted to do anyway. So, but no, that's the fun of it. The challenge is to draw everything and anything, and keep yourself growing and changing. There are things that I do and things I'm kind of becoming known for with the storytelling. It's a bit old-fashioned, but that's my style. And but I like to be able to work with it and do all kinds of different things. So. Anything else I can put into my my little toolbox there, it's great to have. It's like, well, now he's done dinosaurs, he's done biplanes, and again with Garth, it's always something different, something that he's interested in and loves. So I know working with Garth, I'm going to be working on a project that he's passionate about, and just fun. This is like strictly black comedy, but comedy, and the most fun I've had in ages, like maybe ever on comics. So that's all I can say.
Well, that's great to hear. When can we pick up the next issue?
Next issue I think comes out end of June. This one just came out last week, so and yeah, hard at work on following them up. So.
Well, it's great to hear that the artist is so passionate about this project. I know I'm definitely going to be picking up a copy of this, and I'm sure that our followers are going to want to pick up a copy too. It sounds like a lot of fun with all these dinosaurs and Megalodon. I'm excited just thinking about it. But thank you very much for your time.
Absolutely.